Hello, this is Ciara from Ciara T Designs, and today I have a video for you on the Joy Clair YouTube channel. So let's jump in. So to start, I do already have my cardstock cut down, and I have printed out the image onto my cardstock. I have a piece of 80-pound Neenah Solar White cardstock for my panel, and I have it cut down to 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And I'm also going to have a black mat and a white A2 base, and the A2 base is the 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, and my black mat will be 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 inches. Just so you guys know what I've got my cardstock cut down to. Alright, so getting into the coloring right away. So I did want to do a rainbow color with my Copics, and here you can see that I'm going to go through the colors, and I'll name you the colors as we go here. So I started with RV06, and then I moved on to R24. I have YR07. However, I am going to change that later because there wasn't a lot of color difference between the YR07 that I used, which was going to be my orange. So I'm going to change it to YR16 later, but I did use it when I started my mandala coloring. And then I'm going to use Y06, YG07, G16, BG45, B24, BV13, and V05. And that's going to color in the whole of the image as we go. And I'm just kind of doing little sections of the mandala as we go through the coloring, and each little section kind of gets colored one of the shades of the rainbow. And then when I hit all of my colors, then I brought back in whichever colors I started with and then kept going. So this image is from Joy Clair, the Joy Clair Designs. It's called Mandala Love, and it is a digital stamp set. And the Happy Birthday is also a digital stamp set, but that one is Joy Clair Designs Floral Friendship Digital Stamp Set. And everything that I use will be linked and listed down below, so you can go and check it out in the store. There's a lot of great digital images that you can go and take a look at. So we're going to keep going through the rainbow. Here we're into the blues. And I did use Photoshop to lay out my images and kind of lay out how I wanted the card to look. If you guys ever want a tutorial on that, I can absolutely add it. I generally don't, just because everybody kind of uses their own software to make their digital images look the way they want them to be. So I kind of just lay out my images and then print it out, and then we just do some really fun coloring. But if you're ever having any issues or any concerns about laying out your digital images, there are some wonderful videos on here using digital images, so you can always go check those out, or you can just ask me any questions you have in the comments below, and I'll keep an eye out to answer them for you. So you can see we only did a really small section with the purple, so we are going to use it again here in a little bit. But we've now moved on to BV13, and you don't have to do this in a rainbow. I just thought that it lended itself really well to rainbow coloring. You could absolutely do this in a grayscale or shades of one color. We'll do like a monochromatic look. It would look stunning. If you've ever seen any of my videos, you'll know that I love rainbows. That's one of my favorite colors to use on almost any card. If you've seen my last card on this channel, actually I used rainbow to color in the birthday presents. But my next digital, it'll be a digital image, but my next card will actually not be rainbow. I promise this is probably the last one for a little bit, just because I do it a lot, and there are so many other color combinations you could do, so you don't need to do it this way. But I love it, so I tend to go back to it when I Copic color. But yeah, you could do so many different color combinations on these mandalas, and they would look stunning. So we're just going to jump back into the pink there. So we've gone back to the color we used in the beginning, and we're kind of finishing it up. So you did see here in a second, I'm going to bring in an orange, and it's going to be a different color of orange. It's going to be the second orange. So I'm at the R24. And then when I jump back in with the orange again, because we've repeated our colors, I'm going to jump in with YR16 instead of the YR07. Because if you look at the center of my mandala, it looks very, like the red and the orange are very similar in color, whereas now you can see the orange is quite a bit different. So I did go and pick out a different orange for the second time I colored this. And this is sped up about 4 times as fast as I color. I don't color this fast. I wish. Ooh, that would be exciting. But I don't color this fast. This is just me speeding this up so that we weren't sitting here for many hours watching me color in images. But I did leave in all the coloring because that's pretty much what we're doing on this card. And I just wanted to show you what colors we used for the rainbow in this coloring, and then we're going to do an outline in a gray so that it kind of stands out a little bit. And I did try to go over the original orange that I used with the brighter orange, but of course the darker orange, you couldn't see it. So it didn't really do anything, it just went on top and did pretty much nothing. So you can't even tell. So here I have taken 2 of my grays. I have N1, which is what I'm currently using to outline the image, and I'm going to go back in with N0 and just pull the color out a little bit more. And this just kind of adds a little bit of depth to the mandala. It makes it look more like it's standing off of the cardstock, which I think just kind of adds a really cool dimension and depth to the image when it's already such a stunning color. And it's a very subtle like it's not meant to stand out. It's not meant to create a whole bunch of shadowing, but it does give it a little bit and just adds some depth and dimension to my images. And that just kind of makes the rainbow colors even more pop off of the page. So I like to do that. You wouldn't have to. This is an extra for sure, but I just love how it looks. And then I'm going to take my Nouveau Deluxe glue. I'm going to use it to glue it down to the mat that I spoke about earlier. And I always pre-cut all of my cardstock. The only time I generally show you is if I'm doing a slimline card and it's a more of a different size. But otherwise, I pre-cut my cardstock before I start making my card, just because I find that works better for me and how I work, and then I know what I have to work with. So here I just took a few of the Essential Jewel Mix from Pink Fresh Studios. These are the dark crystals in there. I'm not sure of the exact name, but I will have it linked down below. And here I'm going to give you a quick look at it. And that is my card, guys. I hope that you loved it. I hope that you will give this a try and check out those digital stamps because they are stunning. And I cannot wait to see you again. Please leave a comment and a like if you enjoyed this video and consider subscribing. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.